Hello and Merry Christmas Eve, everyone. Or for you wacky Germans, Merry Christmas. Or the other people that probably do it as well, because I can't remember.
Yeah, no, it's weird. In case you didn't know, some nations, including Germany, celebrate Christmas Day as the 24th. And
Wrong.
personal opinion, hot take maybe, I think they should be burned at the stake.
Well, okay. And they know something about burning people in Germany.
Yeah, or to make it even more
Anyways.
I think we should make it more Christmassy. They should be
Okay.
hammered to a cross.
True.
That would get them really in the spirit.
True. That would get them going.
Yeah. Now let me actually search up what nations celebrate on the 24th, because it's such a strange little
It's
change.
interesting.
I don't really understand. I think because the weird thing is they
Why?
recognize it as Christmas Eve, but they just celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
It's really odd.
And they tell you Merry Christmas on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I remember I mean both of us would be in group chat with German people and then they go Merry Christmas, but because we were in an international school, you'd get a bunch of cultures. So you get all the Germans being like Merry Christmas and then we'd look at them and go, "Shut up. No, it's not. You're off fucking day."
Shame. Yeah, now
Yeah.
according to Google AI, which I don't know how trustworthy that is,
Sure.
but a lot of countries in Catholic, Lutheran, Anglican, Methodist, or Orthodox churches, which is a lot of the churches. It says Germany and other countries. So Germany is clearly one of the main ones. Spain
That's
as
super
well,
vague.
a little bit. Apparently, a holiday. I don't know if this is just a translation of Christmas, but La Noche Buena is celebrated on December 24th, as families typically attend Christmas Mass at their local church. Greenland, Christmas is celebrated on the evening of December 24th and then on the 25th and 26th. I mean, sure. Interesting. Belgium and the Netherlands, St. Nicholas or Sinterklaas delivers presents on December 5th.
That's 20 days too early.
Yep. Some Orthodox and Coptic Orthodox churches use a different calendar and celebrate Christmas on January 7th. The Armenian Apostolic Church celebrates it on the 6th, and Foila, a Scottish island, celebrates it also on the 6th.
Huh.
That is clearly them just trying to be different and special.
I mean, it's all arbitrary anyways.
I'm sorry no one loves you, but come on. I mean, especially
Look, they just
Jesus.
had
If
to
you're not
be
celebrating on his God-given birthday, which I don't
on
think
his
he was,
fake birthday.
I don't think he was born on Christmas, but we'll just believe it was.
Someone said he was.
Does someone
That's all the.
Does someone know
That's
the
all
actual
it
day he was born, or was it just speculative?
I think there's. I don't. Well, it's speculative on whether or not he was alive.
I think it's mostly confirmed at this point.
I think they say he was born in the summer. Actually, I'm sure someone has an
Yeah.
actual date.
I do think it's been confirmed that he was a real man. Because there are records from other nations outside
Sure.
the Bible that sort of reference him.
I don't know.
Don't know when he was born.
Don't know when he was born. I think so. Well, okay. So I think it's that they all say it's December 25th, but then they go, no, actually it's the pagan. That was a pagan thing. It was actually sometime in July.
I mean, that's why it's winter in Australia in July, because we are more godly men.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, this is probably a rabbit hole we shouldn't go down the podcast, is it?
Yeah, that's probably true.
We
Not
already-
to start at least.
We already
This
got
is-
roasted for politics. We shouldn't get into religion.
Yeah.
Not yet, man.
Yeah. Not yet. We have at least 40 minutes until that can happen.
Yep.
Uh,
So, it is
Merry
roughly Christmas. Merry
Yeah.
Chrysler.
Depending on when you watch this.
Exactly.
Of course.
But for us, it's only December 17th, because
That's true.
similar to the episode that's coming out in 2 weeks, we're pre-recording this because I'm going away on holidays and I don't want to record on a shitty laptop
Yes.
in New Zealand.
Sure. We also always pre-record our episodes.
Yeah, to some degree. I think this is actually
So-
when we'd usually record this episode.
This is when we would
kind of.
normally record anyways.
But yeah, it is a week before Christmas for us currently, but we're still getting the festive spirit. I got some red and green
Yes, we
lights
are.
behind me. Got a Christmas hat. I got the worst Christmas outfit ever because I don't have a sweater. I probably should buy a Christmas sweater at some point, but I've never owned one.
I got one a couple years ago because they're like cheap at Target.
Yeah.
And they're
Well, I
kinda
guess
fun.
in Australia, you don't really want a sweater for Christmas because
True.
it gets,
See,
it
you
gets
have
hot.
Surfing Santa.
Oh,
got-
we have Santa in shorts and thongs, not the underwear.
I think
the,
that's
the
fun.
footwear.
I mean, he could be wearing a thong. You never know.
True. You have a good point there, Chad.
Whatever Santa wants to do.
Yeah, but it's really hot right now. Like I'm in Melbourne, which apart from Tasmania is like the coldest part of Australia usually. But even today it's 23. On Friday it's getting up to 34. It was predicted to be 40, but that prediction has gone down now. It was 39 yesterday actually. So it's been rough. But that's why we don't really have Christmas sweaters or snow or happiness or joy.
Damn. I feel like Australians are joyful people.
No, it's nice. I actually, personally, having experienced both Christmases, I lived 6 years in Germany, had Christmas there. Well, not always in Germany. Had Christmas in
Sure.
Orlando once, Christmas in
Nice.
Stockholm, Christmas
Oh,
in
that's cool.
Germany. I think it was 4 times in Germany, twice in the other 2
Nice.
places. But having experienced both the winter Christmas and summer Christmas, I think the vibe of a white Christmas and winter Christmas is better. But I think the timing of the Australian Christmas is so much better. It is just
That's fair.
it is phenomenally better, especially like as a kid, because the way our school year lines up is you start school in like February, March, and you end in December. So you finish the school year, then you get your big summer break with Christmas. It's amazing.
That is nice.
It's like a big reward at the end of the year, basically.
That's fair. I mean, in the States, we still have a break usually around Christmas, but for like primary school, it's like 2 weeks. And then for
Yeah.
college, it's like a month.
Yeah, for us,
Unless,
like,
and then if you're British, it's weird. The British, I don't like England starts like a year later in college, or not a year later, like a month later in college.
no.
It's weird. They get
Interesting.
like a Christmas break or a holiday break, however you want to see it.
Yeah.
And then they like go back and do exams, and then they have break again. It's weird and stupid, and they're wrong, and they should stop.
Yeah, that
doing
is a
what
bit
they do.
strange. Yeah, because in Australia, I think when you're in like high school, primary school, it's like a 6 to 8 week break. You usually get off school around like December 20th or something. And then you go back in Feb. For university, at least for my university, I had like nearly 4 months off sometimes, or 3 months off. It was kind of ridiculous.
That's pretty nice.
Because like excluding exams, and for a lot of my classes, I didn't have exams because I had more just assignments and projects. So like the last classes would be like start of November, end of October, and I'd go back in March.
Ugh, beautiful.
So it was great.
See, it's the same for the States, just with our summer. So
Yeah.
it's like you'd be done, I don't know, end of April, maybe sometime in May, and then you'd go back like end of August.
And I guess you get like
Beautiful.
what 4th of July in there, which is a holiday.
Eh. You get okay, so there's a bunch of just like widely celebrated, but maybe not that popular of holidays. So you get like Memorial Day, you get both Mother's and Father's Day, you
Oh.
get 4th of July, and then depending on when you start school, you get Labor Day.
Okay.
But like Memorial Day and Labor Day aren't really that big of holidays outside of a lot
Yeah.
of people have that Monday off.
I mean, it's no Christmas and New Year's, which I will say
No.
is the best holiday combo throughout the whole year.
It's pretty good.
I think the stretch of days
A
from the
week
24th
apart.
of December to like the 1st of January, time doesn't exist. It's just
No.
a weird sort of nightmare zone you're thrown into, a twilight zone, if you will, where
Yeah.
anything goes. If you want to eat 17 pizzas in 2 days, you can do
for
that,
it.
and no one's
it.
going to judge you.
Yeah.
If you want to drunk drive after getting slobbered on New Year's Eve, hey, if you make it home alive, who am I to say you're wrong?
I mean, don't. But you know, if you do, at least make it.
Yeah. I mean, like, the more you drink drive, the better you're going to get at it, right? So practice up, boys. This is not good advice.
You're not. This comes from the man who hasn't driven in what? How many years?
1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't have a
Not
car.
bad.
I always drive.
Well,
I always
yeah.
try and like practice driving a lot whenever I'm back at my parents' place because I can use their car.
Okay. Sure, makes sense.
I mean, I think I'm fine at driving. I just don't have the
Yeah.
need to do it. Like we were discussing
No.
either on podcast or off podcast. You're having a lot of car issues that costing you money. You wish you could not drive.
Yeah, a little bit. I will say the convenience of a car is very nice.
It also depends where you live. I think the convenience of
and
a
where
car,
I live, like
where you
kinda
are,
need a car. I could get away with it.
sort of like
but-
outer city, Americanized suburban area,
Yeah.
you kind of need it. I'm like within like the
Middle of a
few
city.
kilometer range of a city. There's literally no need for a car.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still very useful sometimes. Like if you're moving or picking up a big item or you want to go on a road trip, it's great. But I think then you can just hire a car nowadays, like pretty simply.
That's true. You
So it's
just rent
not,
a car.
or if you need to get somewhere, just Uber. Like I Uber, not a lot, but like if I need to go somewhere, I will Uber. And
Yeah.
like the cost of Ubering once a month compared to owning a car is just like,
It's different.
Yeah.
But anyways, back to the holiday season.
yeah,
I agree. The like Christmas to New Year's back to back is pretty heavy set. I think in America it feels slightly different because you have Thanksgiving only a month before.
sure. Yeah, you have a longer
and then
holiday
Christmas
period.
and then New Year's.
Mhm.
It's a lot. I mean, okay, so you get in the States, typically there's 2 holidays a year where it's like you go and you see family.
Mhm.
Why are they a month apart?
It's a good point, to be fair.
Like you'd want to spread them out a little bit.
It would be nice to have like one in the summer, one in the winter.
Yeah. Because it's either A, you hate your family and you're like, God, I got to see them twice in the span of a month. Or you like your family and you see them twice in the span of months. That's great. 11 more months.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, even for
Kinda
me,
both
like
ways.
the main, obviously, I love my parents. Going to see them is great.
Sure.
But the main excuse to go see them is like Christmas time when like families are getting together. And the fact that it's only once a year means I only usually go back once a year. Like my mum's birthday is in mid-November. So sometimes I go back for that. Sometimes I go back for Christmas because for a YouTuber, December's a very like busy month usually.
yeah.
So I've sometimes stayed back for Christmas to work. But like if we had like a big holiday in like June that like made sense to like
Nice.
visit your family with, you could see them twice a year and have that excuse to do it. It'd be really good.
hmm
I mean, like you shouldn't need an excuse to see your family, but if they
No,
are
but, like,
if they
some-
are far away, you definitely kind of need one sometimes.
Yeah. And sometimes you need the holiday time. Like you said, kind of that week between Christmas and New Year's. A lot of people take work off.
Yep.
Because it hits a point where if so many people take work off, it's like, well, you could go in the office, but nothing's really getting done.
Mhm.
Or if you don't work in an office, like for me, I work in a restaurant. I work in a college town restaurant. So like, it's not terrible. We're really slow because there's no
yeah, there's like
collagen.
no one there.
But a lot of people make their own food and make food with family, spend time with family. It's going to be a lot of standing around. I'm
Yeah.
personally excited for it. But there's a lot of people and some people work more. There's like people that work in like retail and stuff. They probably work more. Well, actually, I don't know if they work more after Christmas.
No, well, I think
Probably.
do you have Boxing Day in America?
No,
Okay, so British and Australians, I
That's a
imagine
British thing.
Canada as well, New Zealand as well.
I think
Uh,
Canada might.
You have Boxing Day, which let me search it up so I'm not completely getting the meaning wrong. I'm pretty sure it's just
which
like a
isn't about like the sport. Which
no,
is
it's not. It's not.
sad.
Well, I thought that growing up was there's a
I did
big
too.
boxing tournament. No, it's about
Yeah.
it's basically just like shopping day. So what it says here on Google
See, we have
is-
Black Friday.
yeah, not as intense though, but it says Boxing Day is a holiday celebrated after Christmas, occurring on the second day of Christmastide. Okay. Boxing Day was once a day to donate gifts to those in needs, but has evolved to become part of Christmas festivities, with many people choosing to shop for deals on Boxing Day. So kind of like a mini
Sure.
Black Friday. So like
Sure.
I've never gone shopping on Boxing Day or seen my family shop on Boxing Day.
Yeah.
But it is meant to be like a day where you do that. So I imagine in England and Australia, Canada, New Zealand, people are probably pretty busy working retail on December 26th,
Yeah.
probably.
Oh yeah, I'd imagine.
Not the day before though, and probably not after. But I think it's usually like 24th, 25th off, 26th on, and then the rest of the days off to the new year for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I was going to ask quickly though. I know you're not working Christmas and Christmas Eve this year, right?
No, I'm not.
Have you worked that day before?
I have. I've never worked Christmas Day, it's kind of, I mean, there are people that work Christmas Day. Stuff like grocery stores are always open.
Yeah.
But so many things are closed for Christmas.
Because I was gonna ask, do people order pizza for Christmas often?
No.
I doubt that.
I actually haven't worked at my current place. I used to work at a different restaurant that was open on Christmas Eve. And so the nice thing about working Christmas Eve or like on a holiday where tipping is involved, you make so much money.
Generous.
Because people are saying, oh my God, you're working. You're like, that's so nice of you. Here's like $20 for like what you'd normally get like $1 or $2 for.
The foreign brain
and
cannot
like,
handle that. Tipping is such a like a crazy concept. Like, it's not that crazy. Like, you actually, in a lot of places now in Australia, and I'm sure in other countries, tipping is like a thing. Like, when you go to like obviously in America you know it, but like you order Uber Eats or get an Uber, and after you finish the delivery, a little thing pops up, tip your driver. Or if you go to McDonald's, like tip for charity or whatever. You get that a lot. I don't do it. I think the last time I remember I tipped was I went to a new barber. And the first time I got a haircut from them, I gave them like a 5% tip or 10% tip because it's just like first time, I'll be nice. But it's always so awkward now because like if you go to a barber or place and they have like one of those touchpad screens for paying, it will literally pop up saying like, "Do you want to tip?" And you have to, if you don't want to, you have to confidently stand there, click no while they're watching you. It is the most fucking guilt-tripping thing in the goddamn world, and I hate them for it.
I'm on the other end of that.
Yeah. How do you feel when people don't tip or like tip like little or whatever?
It depends. For small orders, obviously I'd love everyone to tip, but if you don't tip anything on like a small order, like $5 or $10, it's like, I missed out on $1 or $2. It's whatever.
Yep.
It's when people order like a ton of stuff and it's like, we're doing something that a lot of places can't, because not a lot of places can really cater necessarily or do like big orders without being super expensive. When they don't tip on those, that's like, okay. Especially if like we're, not to say that you should like be nice, or not that we shouldn't be nice, but we're going, hey, can we carry these out for you? Can we get you this? Can we get you this? And then they go, oh yeah, thank you, blah, blah, blah. And then they don't tip. It's the people that are super nice and like, oh my God, you guys are the greatest. Like, you're so nice. And then they just write a 0. It's like,
they probably think they can get away with it because they're being nice personally. They don't have to be nice with money.
And it's a stupid thing where it's like, I shouldn't be mad at them and they shouldn't be mad at me because the system should be better. However, this is the world we currently live in. So I'm going to be mad at it. Tip people.
That's why I think,
unless they suck, just tip them. They make no money.
Yeah, that's why I wonder if it's different for people in Australia. Like, if I don't tip, they don't care as much because they have decent wage. Like, Australia has the highest minimum wage in the world. And even though the living crisis is still really bad here, at least like, no, I can't even say at least it's good. It's really bad here. We have the highest minimum wage in the world, and still we have like some of the worst like housing crises. I think I watched a video recently in terms of like the growing statistic of like housing issues, like housing costs, homelessness, or like not being able to afford a house on your own. I think Australia is like the fastest growing place in terms of like how bad it is. I think the only other country in the world that has a worse housing crisis is Hong Kong.
Interesting.
Because like in Sydney, for example, the average cost of a house is like, I think around 31 times more than the average yearly income. Which back in the 1980s, I think it was only about like 5 times.
Damn.
Yeah. So like, for example, I don't know if they want me to talk about this, but I'm going to anyways because who cares? My dad's weird when it comes to money, but he's not here. It's fine. My parents bought a house in Sydney that we lived in back in like 2004, 5. And I think they bought it for 500,000. They sold it when they moved out from Sydney in 2022 or something, I think. I think it sold for like 1.2, 1.3 million, which is a pretty good profit. 2 years later, it's worth 1.9.
What the fuck? What is the house different?
Nope. In fact, it's
like,
older
are there
now.
massive changes?
No, it's just 2 years older. Yeah, no, the housing market, like, that just shows how ridiculous it is. I think a lot of properties have gone up like 30 to 50% within the since COVID. It's ridiculous.
It's crazy. It's insane how I'm gonna reel us back to Christmas here.
Go on, lad.
We're gonna keep talking about
Hook and line us in.
These are jolly times. We're gonna talk about nice things. No, I've worked a couple Christmas Eves. I for a brief period of time worked at Chick-fil-A because they're the only one hiring. Boo Chick-fil-A. However, they, for whatever reason, I think Chick-fil-A has like a typical rule of like on holidays they'll close at 6 instead of 10 or
Right.
however late they choose to stay open. Or I don't know if it's a general rule, but this was the rule at the one I worked at.
Mhm.
For whatever reason, the franchise owner was like, I want to stay open until 8 tonight. I think we can make a lot of money. And they went, however, like, we don't normally do this. So to hook you in, because like Chick-fil-A is a Christian organization. So Christmas obviously would be important.
Yep.
And they go to hook you in after 6 o'clock. I'm paying you $40 an hour.
Whoa.
I lived in Missouri and I was making 11 at the time.
Whoa.
So $40 an hour was fucking fantastic.
That's crazy, yeah.
Yeah. So and at that point in time, it was a pandemic. I was living with my parents. We weren't seeing anyone else. I was seeing them every single day. So my parents were like, we're going to hang out for Christmas. I see you every day. Go make some money.
Mhm.
And I did. And I remember one of my managers was like, we're going to close as quickly as possible. And I sat there and I went,
No, we're not.
No.
Absolutely not. I'm
'cause
going
they're paying me
to
a
take
lot of money to be
5
here.
minutes to close this fridge, and you can't fucking stop me.
I'm going to break things in order to stay here longer. I didn't necessarily hurry up. They can be really good days for money
Mhm.
because typically people are so generous. It's also a lot of times like in order of tips, there's less people that work, which usually means
Better
a
distribution.
higher amount of tips, a better distribution, either
Yep.
if you're splitting with people or if like, you know, instead of having 5 drivers, you have 2 and
Mhm.
you're taking most of the things.
Yep.
And again, people tend to be super generous because not everyone obviously, but a lot of people kind of play the like, God, I really don't want to do this, but for whatever reason, I need this food. And then they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like this was difficult, blah, 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 whatever. And then usually the people working are like, I'm so happy. I'm just making a ton of money right now.
Oh no, that's fantastic. It's similar with YouTube, to be honest. Like, I've explained this to you quite a bit, but with
Yeah.
the Christmas shopping period, people more generous, willing to buy stuff and gifts, just stuff for themselves. Ad rates on YouTube typically go up quite a lot in December.
Makes sense.
I'm looking at my one right now. It hasn't actually spiked that much for me. It has in the past though, but typically like starting late November, going in all the way through to the start of January, you'll see like quite a big uptick on like how much money you make per like 1,000 views on YouTube. So if you see your favorite YouTuber posting a lot more videos or longer videos during December, it's because they're making a lot more money doing it at that time of year.
Makes sense.
Which, again, it's also the reason why in January, if your favorite YouTuber doesn't upload at all, it's because January has typically the worst ad rates throughout the year because Christmas is over, people stop spending and they need to save again. So yeah, that's typically the cycle for YouTuber. You work really, really hard in December and then take a break in January. So like, for example, a YouTuber that some people may be familiar with called Calix, a British YouTuber friends with the Sidemen. I remember like 3 or 4 years ago, maybe a little bit longer, he did a thing where he made a video every single day for every day of December. I think he called it Vlogmas. That may have been another YouTuber who coined it
nice.
that. But he did.
I think I've heard the term.
It may have, no, that was Zoella that did that.
Sure.
But I think he basically did a Vlogmas as well. And a lot of YouTubers did this where you make a video every day for December. They make a lot more money. You can throw in some sponsorships there if you want to make a bigger buck. Or like if you're
Yeah.
someone like Zoella, you can make your own product. She actually had a pretty controversial one a few years ago where she made like her own advent calendar with like little gifts inside, and it was absolutely scrutinized to hell because it was so overpriced and so shit for what you got.
Oh, okay. I was like, what was this gift? Because it was either the like super overpriced or it's more on the lines of like the bathwater kind of shit.
No, so it was
Like which direction would it go?
So it was
in?
7 years ago, and it seems like you got like, what even is this? You got like, it looks like a keychain, some like
Okay.
like a little book, some like candles, like birthday stick candles.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, it wasn't like
Nothing
great,
impressive.
but it was like, oh no, wait, what's hers? Hold up. I think it was showing me a comparison to hers. It seems that you get like a pencil case, a pen, a little
Mhm.
mini like notebook, a little
Mhm.
like, you know those like fluffy balls that you can put on like your bags and stuff, like a keychain with a fluffy
Mhm.
ball. Has like one of those. A little
Okay.
gift card, a little like cookie cutter star shaped one for like making cookies.
Sure.
Looks like some lip gloss. But it was £50. So like 60,
It's
70
not
USD.
as outrageous as I would have thought, because I was thinking it could be like 100.
No.
But like, if
But
it's
this
a bunch
was-
of cheap things, that like
Also, 7 years ago, £50 was a lot more than it is
that's
now.
true.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. And for like a YouTuber, like whenever YouTubers make products, it's always, you know, pretty heavily scrutinized because it's pretty blatantly like money related stuff. No,
Yeah, it's
obviously,
usually just like you're paying for a brand, not for any amount of quality.
exactly. So yeah,
Typically.
stuff like that. But I mean, people got to get paid, man. I think
Sure.
the worst
I get it.
thing. How do I want to phrase this? So I was gonna say the worst thing you can do is scrutinize someone for trying to make money, but there's obviously an upper limit to where that's acceptable. I think when you're getting to the billions, I'm like, maybe you should stop a little bit, calm down.
I think the like, when do you stop scrutinizing people for making money is purely on, well, how much money do they have? Do
Yeah.
they need the money, or do they just want more money? Back to Christmas. I'm reeling us in, Dan. I'm keeping us in line.
Okay. Oh,
This
actually,
is the world's most ADHD
wait,
podcast.
hold up. To reel us
Okay.
in, but still staying on the money topic.
Okay.
In your mind, how much do you
Mm-hmm.
think is worth spending on a Christmas gift? Say it's for
Okay,
someone.
it
Say it's for
depends-
someone close to you, your mom, your dad, or your sister. How much would you be willing to spend on a Christmas gift?
100 tops.
Okay.
Although I'd probably go like, typically I do kind of between the $20 to $40 range.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll spend a little bit more on my girlfriend.
That's fair.
But yeah, I tend to kind of shoot for the 20 to 40 for like each of my family members, except for my dad. My dad doesn't want anything.
Mhm.
And every time I try and buy him stuff, I'm curious if you have the same thing. I try and get my dad gifts. He doesn't want them. It's not like he's necessarily rude about it, but he doesn't want them. However, my father, I don't know, again, I'm curious if your parents have ever done this. My dad wants coupons,
Oh.
not like literal like shopping coupons,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like it's stuff that's like usually it gets involved in like us getting to hang out,
Yep.
or we'll have like I go clean his car,
Mhm.
or one that he's liked in the past was like I have to agree with him on everything for an hour, and then he
I would-
usually abuses that.
I would end it all if I had to do that.
I usually have a fun time with it because then all of a sudden my mom's like, wait, you're ganging up on me. How did this happen?
I mean, I gang
Um,
up my mum with my dad already, so that wouldn't change much. But
So you'd have to give it. Well, then you'd have to give it to your mom.
yeah, true. That actually that would be more interesting. Yep,
You should try that.
I could.
Just make sure they don't listen on Christmas Eve.
Yeah. Well, I think I would be surprised if they're listening because I mean I know we talked about it at the start of the podcast, but I think we're technically celebrating Christmas on the 24th this year in a way.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I am too, but that's just more out of a logistical thing.
Same, yeah, because I think we're celebrating with my half sister, my niece nephew, and her partner on the 24th, because that's when they're free, and then the 25th we're doing more like just a chill at home day.
Just the
like
three
20,
of you.
24th, and my grandma's there as well. But the 24th
Okay,
is going to be like
nice.
the day with like the Christmas food and all that shit, and like the hanging out. And the 25th is more
Yeah.
just chill at home.
We're kind of doing the same thing, but that's just because this year my girlfriend is splitting Christmas with my family and then her family.
Right.
So she's flying out on Christmas Day, but spending Christmas Eve with us.
Okay, fair enough.
So
That's
Yeah, I know.
that's
We
a
talked
reasonable
about
way to
not
do
celebrating.
things. That's okay.
it makes sense. And I'll probably do the same thing next year.
Yeah,
Would be my
no,
guess.
makes sense.
But what were we just talking about?
Prices of gifts. So you're talking about the coupons
Yes,
with your dad.
price of gifts. Oh yeah, so I don't spend any money on my dad because every time I try, he's usually like, "I don't want it," and which is fine.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think there was one year where I got him like a foam finger because my dad likes foam fingers.
That's
from,
great.
Like a local team.
Did you see the Drake and Josh episode with the foam finger?
Yes, but I don't remember what it's about.
It's just a very iconic
it sounds
episode
familiar.
where they get one. There's
Okay.
only one foam finger left at the stadium, and they fight over it. It's a great episode. Go watch Drake
Okay,
and Josh.
yeah, no, I do remember that. I got him that, and then he went, "Cool, where's the coupons?" Like immediately, he was like, "This is nice of you." Anyways, where are they?
That's fair. I think I could do that more if I lived near my, like, close to my parents, because then it'd be like, if your dad asks you to wash the car 1 week, like, you can drive there. I have to spend $1,000 to get a plane ticket and go over.
Sure. Here's the funny thing, though. He barely uses them.
Yeah, no, I kind
And
of
it's
expected
because
that.
we don't live in the same city. Like, we live like an hour and a half apart.
Yep.
So it's like he could only use it so often. Usually, how it works is I give him like 5 of them, and then he uses like 1 or 2 of them, like day of, and then he forgets about them. I'm waiting for the day that he just pulls out like 20 of them, and he's like, "I'm using them all right now."
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. My sister's gotten smart and has put like expiration dates on it. I've gotten lazy,
That's
and I
funny.
don't because I'm like, he hasn't.
I
hasn't gotten
I
me
do like
yet.
to think your dad is secretly masterminding it and trying to save up a bunch so that one day he can just ruin your life. He's like, do everything. Do our taxes, wash our
Honestly-
car, clean our house.
I would respect that.
That'd be like extorting your child like
I'd
that would be
respect that.
crazy.
I wouldn't even. Yeah,
No,
that would be wild.
I haven't done anything like that. So typically, I've always been in my childhood, up until past year or two, I've been historically terrible at gifts. I either just wouldn't get them at all, or be a situation where I go to my mum and be like, "What does dad want?" or "Dad, what does mum want?" They'll buy it and just say it's from me. Or I'll like give like my pocket money to like say I paid for it. But I've always been terrible at gifts. I'm really bad at like thoughtful gifts. I'm just like not good at it. So like the past couple of years, I buy practical stuff. That's like the thing I know.
Sure.
So like last year, I bought my dad a smartwatch because he was getting back into being
Nice.
fitness and playing like pickleball and all that stuff.
Nice.
And last year, my mum, I did buy a thoughtful present. But it was like a very last decision thing. We went out to a small town on the coast of New Zealand, and there was this like this really cool piece of artwork that was made of like New Zealand with like it was like a wood carving. There was different layers of the ocean you could see. It was like really well detailed. But it was just like very expensive. And because you said you usually try and say between 20 and 40 and 100 max. Because I've bought like very little presents for my parents over the years, and I'm pretty financially well off at the moment, I'm happy to spend a lot more if I'm only getting them like one
Sure.
thing a year.
That's fair.
So like the painting, the art, and because this was also like my mom really liked it, I could tell she really liked it. And it was like, I was like, okay, this is the first time in my life I can actually buy a thoughtful thing for my mother. I was
Yeah.
like, I'll get it. I think it was like $600 New Zealand dollars,
Wow.
which is expensive.
Oh, okay.
But I think she
How
said
much is that?
like for US,
guess
like
in US.
500, 450.
Okay, so it's similar.
Yeah. But I
that's what I
think
figured.
it was like the best gift I've ever given her, and she like has it in the middle of the house, and she was showing it off to like everyone
Nice.
for like months and everything.
Nice.
So, and it ended up working
feels
out,
good.
even though it was expensive. And then this year, if my parents stop watching now, if you are watching,
Don't listen.
I also
or
got
watch.
practical gifts as well. So like,
Nice.
I hope you better not be listening. I got my
Nah,
mum a
We don't get them.
smartwatch, and then I got my dad a attachable keyboard for his iPad because he needed a new
Nice.
one. These are also situations my parents told me the other one wanted this thing, and I was like, okay, I will buy it. But yeah, that's all I can really do. I think my issue with gift giving, I suck / hate giving and receiving gifts. It's just not a thing I'm good at. Like when I receive gifts, I'm really bad at being sincere about if I'm happy or not. It's like the fucking
Sure.
avocado meme. Oh, thanks, an avocado. I'm like that. I don't know how to react. Even if I am happy with something, I'm like, cool. So I
It's
like
weird. It's like being saying happy birthday. You just kind of sit there and are like,
yeah.
cool.
I think as a kid, obviously, I was more excited about things. I've gotten to the
Sure.
age now, and I'm sure you are as well, where like there's not much I really want or
The
need.
problem is we're old enough that if we sit here and go, I want something, we get it if we can,
Yep.
if we're like, I can afford it.
Mhm.
And the thing for me is like, the amount of money my parents will spend on me for a gift is usually an amount of money that I'm willing to spend on myself every once in a while if I want something.
Yeah, and that's same with me, and I'm willing to spend more myself if it's like an investment thing. So like,
Yeah.
my parents will now ask me like, "Is there anything you want?" And my mom was like, "Oh, let's buy you a new like suitcase because my one's quite old now. You're going to be coming over here.
Yeah.
You're planning to travel in the future." And I was like, "That's great, but also, you're going to buy me a suitcase for Christmas, and I'm going to have to go over get it and then bring it back. I'd much rather just like buy one here."
Sure.
And it's also a situation of like, and this sounds like, it sounds bad because I know when it comes to gift giving, it's the thought that counts a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I would much rather buy something I know I like and I'm going to use. So if people go and spend
Yeah.
money on me thinking that it's great and then I don't like it that much, I don't get use out of it, it's kind of a waste in a financial sense.
Yeah.
Much rather avoid that for both parties. So when it comes to gift giving, I'd much rather just be like, either just don't get me anything. Get me something that you're absolutely sure I want, either because I've told you
Mhm.
or someone else has told you.
Or you just know them so well that you're like,
Exactly.
there's this type of thing that they will always like.
Or like,
I'm getting them.
give me a gift card or fucking coupons if you want.
Yeah.
Like there are things my mom's really good at giving gifts. Like clearly the genetic traits did not pass down to me because I'm horrid. But like there are things she gets pretty much every year that are like a staple of Christmas. Like I get shortbread. You know what shortbread is, right?
Nice. Yeah, I know what shortbread.
Okay, good. I get-
stuff.
Like I always get like chocolate and candy on Christmas from her, which
Nice.
fattens you up as you do on Christmas. She
you
usually
should.
tries to get some sort of like, I don't know, Manchester United thing, or like back when I was watching Friends is a lot, like some Friends merch. But like, apart from that, she'll usually buy clothing for me because she just enjoys shopping, so it's an excuse for her to go to the mall.
Sure.
Yeah, but apart from that, it's like, yeah, I've reached the age where like, it's not like back when you were a kid. Like I think we talked about this on our Halloween episode. Like my parents bought me like a PlayStation for Christmas, or like a new bike, or the green machine, like fucking cool ass like
dude, the green
car
machine
thing.
is so sick.
Or I got like a boogie board one year as well.
Nice.
But now it's like, I mean, like you're not going to buy me a game console because they're like $600, and I
'Cause they're
already
so
have
expensive.
them.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna, and especially with me because I have to fly there. It's like they can't give me anything too big or too much because I have to take it back with me.
Mhm.
It's a
I
weird
also
situation.
think-
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when you also don't live with your parents, if you live with someone or you see them super frequently, you hear about like the little frustrations in life where you're like, oh man, I wish I had this. And then you go, oh, they're having this problem. They have this problem, I could fix that. But it's like, oh, there's this thing that like clearly they want, but maybe they're just not getting for themselves
Yep.
or they haven't realized it. I get this. Like maybe you're like, man, I never have a spot for my controller. And they go online and they find like a cool desk attachment where like it sits off the side and you can like put your controller there. That'd be great. But if you don't live with them and you don't see them often, when you see them, you talk about like big things.
Yeah.
Or, just like life things. And then you're not going and sitting there, well, man, like I don't have a spot for my controller.
Or like even something as simple as like parents love to buy you like socks and underwear for Christmas. If you live with them, your mum can see like, oh, he's running out of socks, or he's not wearing these pairs of underwear that much. They must be too small or something when you're growing up.
Yeah.
But if you don't live with them again, it's like they don't know that. And I literally told my mom this year, don't buy me new socks or underwear. Because I think we mentioned this in the podcast as well. I've gotten to the age now where like I'm trying to buy like high quality stuff, or like higher quality that like fits me well. I know fits me well and is good, and I can repeatedly buy from the same stores.
Yeah.
So like I've bought the same pair of socks from Coles, which is not your Coles, my Coles, like a supermarket chain.
Is it different?
It's COLES. It's not KOHLS.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's not the weirdest the weirdest way to
No,
spell it.
it'd be like a Walgreens, I think, equivalent,
Oh, okay.
somewhat.
Or like a CVS. Like a
Yeah.
drugstore.
No, not a drugstore.
Well, Walgreens
It's
CVS
a-
is weird because it's a drugstore, but they also have other things.
It's like Aldi. That's easier to explain to you.
Oh,
because
okay.
you know
it's
Aldi.
it's a grocery store.
Yeah, but it's one of the big two in Australia, so it's usually expensive. But there's a pair of like Bonds socks, which is a brand I found there. I've bought it like 4 times, and it's like packs of 4.
Nice.
So I have just like a fuck ton of them now, and they fit well. I'm just gonna keep buying them consistently. I don't need any more
Sure.
socks. Like there's no
Good way to
need.
go.
Same with underwear. I've sort of found like a brand that like I can consistently buy and I like, and I'm just gonna keep buying those. So like, yeah, like my mum bought me some underwear 2 years ago, and I think they were too small for me, so I just like never ended up wearing them. And that's the type of thing you don't know if you don't really live together as much or speak as much about those things, or you're older now.
Yeah.
I know, it's always a weird thing. Like, you know the 5 love languages of like time together, touch, acts of service, gifts, and words of affirmation, I think are the 5.
Yes.
Proven
That
to
sounds
not
right.
be a real thing, by the way. It was a
Sure.
it came from New Zealand actually. It was like a guy that
Oh.
made it up, but there's actually no backing behind them being legit, but still fun to talk about. Gift
Sure.
giving is the one that I'm just like, no, please, please, God,
Yeah.
no. All the others, I'm fine
Yeah,
with. Gift giving is just because to me, I think gift giving on a surface level is very sweet. It can become extremely shallow extremely quickly.
It can. I think if done right, it can. It's about thoughtful gift giving, not throwing money at someone.
Yeah,
Because throwing money at someone is a different. That's
or
a
like
job.
I'm happy to throw money if it's
a different
something
thing.
I know that is going to be very useful to the person and they'll get a lot of
Yeah.
use out of. Like, it's the same sort of like concept when you buy something that like the way I think about purchases sometimes is like, if I'm going to use it, say I bought a new pair of earbuds recently because my ones were getting old. I was like, they cost $300. Okay. If I'm going to get 3 years of use out of them, that is less than this many cents a day. That's worth it to me. I think that's the way I think about something. So if I spend $400 on a gift for my parents, I'm like, is this something they can have for like the next 4 years? That's reasonable for me.
Like, are they using it all the time? Is it going to be like a game changer, or is it they're going to use it twice?
Yeah,
And you spent $200 per use.
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's like when it comes to like, I don't know, you see like a lot of, this is less Christmassy, but you see a lot of like relationships where like they're held together by like one person has a lot of money and they take them to expensive restaurants and buy them nice gifts. I'm like, if your relationship is weighing on someone having money, that's there's a very quick way that's going to end if they
That
get
ain't
fired
it.
from their job or lose some stocks. Oh boy, it's
Yeah.
over.
Oh boy, it's going downhill.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like the thoughtful gifts are
The better ones, yeah, of course.
kind of the way to go, rather than because it's not the money you put into it; it's the gift itself.
Yeah, of course.
I almost like to some degree, it's kind of like an engagement ring. Like you can get an engagement ring that looks that's like $500 that looks exactly the same as like a $5,000 one.
Yep.
So
And like
But
there'll be people that complain once they find out it's not expensive, and there'll be people that won't care as long as it looks nice.
and those are the right people.
Yeah, like hell, if like obviously maybe don't do this because it's a bit ridiculous, but if you propose with like a ring pop and your
Look,
partner
here's the
likes
deal.
it, hey,
I was gonna say, if you propose with a ring pop and she says yes, you're doing something right in life.
yeah, exactly.
Or at least she likes you quite a lot.
It's also a priority thing. Like, I think this is still wedding, not the ring though. About the actual like event wedding. Like in Friends, the TV show, there's a big like debate between Monica and Chandler about like spending on a really expensive wedding or saving money for the rest of their life. And that's a very big debate a lot of people have. There's someone in my personal life I know that they spent a lot of money on a wedding, and now from what we can tell, they're struggling a bit financially. And we're all like, well, if you didn't spend so much on a fucking wedding, maybe you would have been okay.
Spent 40 grand on a day rather than, a house or whatever.
Yeah, like again, I understand wanting a nice wedding or a nice wedding ring or whatever, but it's like it's a very short-term thing compared to the next 40 years or like your kids' future or getting a house or a car. So it's just like, ugh. Yeah.
How do you feel about the idea of engagement / wedding on Christmas or on like a big holiday?
Personally, I think your engagement should not intersect with fucking anything.
I agree. So I think an engagement maybe could intersect with something.
Yeah.
Purely because you don't celebrate engagement once you're married, because then you celebrate the wedding.
I think it can
However,
intersect
I
with
agree.
things in terms of date-wise, but it can't intersect with things event-wise. Like, there are so many stories I hear where people get engaged at other people's weddings. You are a fucking asshole for that.
Oh,
never do that.
don't do that. unless you have gone to the like bride and groom and gone, hey, I want to do this. What do you think?
And they're happy with
and
it.
for some fucking reason, they go, I would love for you to do that. Then go for it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
No.
Don't be an asshole.
And like, if you propose on Christmas and it's a Christmas where it's just you and your partner, like alone by yourselves, that's
Yeah.
fine. But if it's like a family Christmas where everyone's there, maybe like, no, I don't know. I think
Yeah.
in general, I'm not a big fan of public proposals. So I think anything where a lot of people are around isn't great. I think it can work depending on like what sort of relationship you have with your family and friends.
I mean, it depends on the person because some people like that.
Yeah.
And some people are like, I want it to be me and you and absolutely no one else in there. Some
Yeah.
people are like, I like a destination. The people around are just the people around. And some people are like, I love the attention.
Yep.
And to each their own, whatever works. I agree. I'm not really a public kind of guy.
Yeah.
Because like,
I think if it's public, it needs to be a place where like it's not static. So like if you propose in like a baseball stadium where a bunch of people around you, that's too weird because like after you propose, what you sit there for the next 2 hours and everyone's around you like, oh my god.
yeah.
I think if it's like
Also,
if you're in like
Oh,
a town square or something, people are walking by, they stop for a second, but then continue with the
Yeah.
days. That's more okay in my opinion
mhm.
because it should be about you two, not the spectacle.
Yeah. 2 years ago, around this time, Denver has a botanical garden, and the botanical garden during like December, January has like lights that they have on at night, and it's just a bunch of fun lights. It's a good date spot. You walk around, you get some like hot cocoa, and so we went there. We like just started dating, and we were kind of joking. We're like, all right, so how many people do you think we see propose tonight? Because like that's kind of a thing where, yeah, there's people around, but again, it's not static. It's, you know, people are moving around. People can go, oh my God, or they could walk away or they could stay and take pictures, whatever. But it's like, it's a pretty space and like it looks nice.
That's fine.
And we did see someone propose.
Wow.
So we were right.
Because now thinking about it, I don't think I've ever seen someone propose before.
That might be the, no, I think I've seen a couple. I feel like I saw one at a restaurant one time, which was weird because like, I get it because you could, you know, it's nice. You can get all dressed up without being suspicious and then, you know, pop the ring in the drink or whatever. But also, again, it's static and then you're like, oh my God. And then you're there and everyone around you knows that it just happened. And it's like, do people continue to watch you?
Yeah, if I did
Do
it at a
you-
restaurant, I'd like hire like a private booth or room or something.
Yeah.
Because then it's still, you get the nice restaurant experience, but you're not being like swamped by people's stares.
Yeah. But, separate question, changing topics a little bit. Christmas dinner. What does that look like for you, Dan?
So,
Yes.
there's food.
Yes, there is.
Next question.
Typically. Oh, okay. Is there anything in particular for
No,
you?
so-
Or
I'll search it up just so I'm not missing anything. But I'll say like from memory, what type of things I have on my Christmas dinner plate. So there's usually, either like chicken or lamb, maybe roast beef, some sort of like big meat that you would have.
Sure.
I don't know usually what we get. I feel like it's usually like a roast chicken or lamb, sometimes ham.
Okay. Sure.
If it rhymes, usually you're in the right spot.
I was hoping you were gonna.
Then you get like baked potatoes, maybe some sweet potatoes or kumara,
Okay.
as the Kiwis call them. You get like other typical like veggies here and there, like maybe occasionally you might have like a corn on the cob,
Sure.
if you please. Some pumpkin maybe. That's occasionally thrown in there. What else? You get
some form of potato.
I said baked and sweet potato.
Oh, sorry.
I mentioned two
I was
different form of potatoes.
Would you do mashed?
You
Does
can
that come up? Because I feel like that comes up a lot in America.
No, I think for Christmas Day specifically, you'd do more baked potato rather than mash.
Okay.
Like you could. I
Okay.
think maybe when I was younger as a kid, maybe my mum would have done the mash for me, but I think right now it's like roasted / baked potato. Also, sorry, roasted, yeah, not baked.
Okay.
What else do you get there? I mean, sometimes you get like some, what are those like long green thing? It's not green beans, is it? Is it green beans I'm thinking of?
Asparagus? It could
No.
be green beans. It could be asparagus.
Might be green beans I'm thinking of.
Could be celery, but that'd be kind of weird.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yeah, glazed ham is one you can typically get. I'm looking at a
Yeah.
website now because my brain isn't really working. Glazed ham is one you can usually get. Australian one specifically, they mention prawns and oysters. I don't have that with my
Nice.
Christmas dinners. Although saying that, I had Christmas dinner one year when I was here and not in New Zealand. I had a Christmas dinner with one of my friends from university. And they're Australian, and we did have like oysters and prawns and shrimp there, which was
Nice.
more
That's pretty sweet.
more Australian. It says side of salmon. I don't usually have that for Christmas, but it is an
Okay.
option. Turkey is a big one,
Yeah.
obviously, which I'm sure America probably does as well. Turkey's a pretty big staple
Yeah.
there. Other things it mentions here, potato salad is one you can have if you
Okay.
want to. Other things off the top of my head, you can typically have like, I think it's maybe a bit more British than Australian, but you have pigs in blankets, which is like mini sausages
nice.
wrapped in bacon, which is
Can't
really
go
good.
wrong.
That's really good. You can
Yep.
sometimes have another form of potato, like maybe if you're doing it more breakfasty, you can have like a hash brown or something if you really want to.
Mm.
Those are sort of the main things I can remember. I'm probably missing something. I'm sure I am.
Okay, but that's kind of the main stuff.
Yeah, that's
it
most of it.
was interesting. We started discussing this right before, but then we were like, don't actually say what we do. I was curious something like weird was gonna come up. It's kind of the same for us. I think you also asked me a question before where you're
Yeah.
like, is it just the same as Thanksgiving? Yeah.
I thought it would
It's
be.
we kind of do the same foods, but also I think Thanksgiving has slightly more, the staples are a little more like you gotta do this, whereas I think for Christmas like you typically do a similar thing, but if you do it differently, it is what it is.
Mhm.
And I think at this point, like I don't even remember what I did last year. I don't think it was, we might have actually done salmon instead, or we did like a chicken, but usually it's like some form of protein, maybe like a salad, some form of potato, often mashed.
So
and
you,
then
so you
some
do
sort of,
mashed,
like,
not
baked
like
veggie.
roasted.
Typically,
Interesting, because I feel like roasted potato, like mash feels too informal to me. I don't know.
you can make it look nice.
I mean, I do agree. But when I think Christmas dinner, I don't think we'd ever put mashed potatoes there.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen people do like baked potatoes as well, or like a roasted potato. Oh God, I was gonna say my family's from the South, but only kind of. My family lived in the South, so I think we get a little bit of like Southern food in there more.
Mhm.
Like I've had Christmases or Thanksgivings where it's like you'd also see like collard greens or mac and cheese. Mac and cheese, fine.
Yeah, mac and cheese.
Good addition.
That makes sense for America.
and cheese
We don't
is a
usually
lot.
have it, but I've seen
Um,
people talk about it before, for sure.
But like a nice like baked mac and cheese, not like a you
Yeah,
throw
no, I know,
Kraft
yeah.
on the pot, on the stove. But yeah, I doing a Google search as well just to see if anything or a stereotype is different. It's literally the exact same as Thanksgiving. Turkey with stuffing, mashed potatoes, gravy, cranberry sauce. I've never really been a big cranberry sauce guy.
No, that's another thing
My
that's
parents
pretty
never
big
really
in
did
Britain as well.
Interesting.
Other
and
things,
roasted
yeah, we do
vegetables.
stuffing as well. I'm not really the biggest fan
Yeah.
of stuffing, to be honest with you.
It's fine.
I kind of prefer
like
just
it.
the meat. Chick.
I like it, but it's like if stuffing isn't there, I'm not going to complain.
Yeah.
I honestly, my family tends to do ham. I think ham is better than turkey. I think the dark meat of turkey is really good, and the white meat is worse than ham. So
Personally, I just prefer chicken every time.
yeah.
I think the worst meat I've ever had, and this might be a hot take, I know, is duck.
Oh.
Give me food poisoning.
Okay,
And
well, if
I-
it gave you food poisoning, that's fair.
Even while eating it, I didn't like it that much, personally. It's
really the
way
only
too
time I've
rich
had-
for me. Way too rich. Like, I couldn't.
The main time I ever have duck, I feel like, is at like an Asian restaurant, and I get like crispy duck, and that's pretty good.
Yeah, to be fair, mine wasn't that. It was more of a Western take on the duck. So maybe
Yeah,
a
I
little bit
wouldn't-
different. Other things I was going to mention briefly for Australian and New Zealand Christmases, you might have meat pies, mince pies.
Okay.
Not usually in
See,
the
that's
meal.
what I was expecting.
You wouldn't have it in the Christmas meal, but maybe as like a snack afterwards. You might have it.
Sure.
And then the main dessert, for Australia and New Zealand Christmas is pavlova. Do you know what
Okay.
pavlova is?
The word sounds very familiar, but no, I don't.
So it's a meringue-based dessert. Meringue.
Sounds good.
It was named after a Russian ballerina for some fucking reason. Not really sure
Sure.
why, but it's like a sort of a round meringue pie, well, cake, whatever, with like fruit on top. Personally, I think I've had it once, and I did not like it at all.
Okay.
It's just like it's just like egg whites, cake stuff, and fruit. Like it's a very iconic dessert. Australia and New Zealand debate who made it first. It's like a very big like argument.
Sure.
I don't know. Couldn't really care less. I'd much rather just get like a chocolate cake or something to be real.
Okay. Does peppermint come up a lot?
Nope.
Or does peppermint come up more as a wintertime dessert rather than a Christmas time dessert?
It's just not really a big thing here. I don't think.
okay.
I don't think like
Because
obviously when I think of like a white American Christmas, you see peppermint as like decorations or like toppings and type of things. You don't really see it here at all, to be honest.
okay. So I think you get peppermint around this time, but I think that's more. I feel like peppermint, like the sharp kind of taste of like mint, just goes with winter because it's kind of what it feels like outside.
Yep.
And then Christmas just happens to be in winter rather than it being. I Googled typical American Christmas dessert because I was sitting here going, I have no idea. And the first couple answers are like, I don't know. I don't think there is one. Well, because like with Thanksgiving, it's like pumpkin pie.
Yep.
For I don't know. It's just whatever you want. Yeah, I like peppermint kind of comes up.
I mean, like when it's Christmas, maybe you don't want like a cold dessert. It makes more sense when it's summer in Australia and New Zealand. Have like a cold dessert
Honestly,
afterwards.
yeah. See,
So-
I'm an ice cream.
Lamington, sorry,
all year round kinda
Lamington's another
guy.
one you have on Christmas as well sometimes.
What is that?
You don't know what Lamington is?
No, that sounds like a weird English town that has like 10,000 people.
Oh, it's Australia. I'm pretty sure I brought it into school when we were in high school together. It's like it's an Australian cake. It's like a sponge cake with like chocolate and like coconut frosting on the outside. It's pretty iconic
That sounds
Australian.
good.
It's really good.
Sounds good.
Pretty iconic Australian
I'd have
like
that.
dessert. It's really good. That's another thing you can have.
Oh, I guess Christmas cookies.
That's
Where you
nothing
make like kind of generic
close to it.
cookies.
Oh yeah, for dessert. Yeah, yeah.
no,
sure.
no, no. Sorry, I'm saying for dessert. I'm not saying. No, I looked up what it was. It looked good.
Yeah. No, my
Um,
mom does that sometimes. She'll make like cookies and like put the not paint, what frosting on it. Yep.
Yeah.
You can't put
Like,
paint
you
if you
kinda
want.
like-
I guess.
You could. There is non-toxic paint, or you just not eat it.
Yeah.
There's. You ever do gingerbread houses? as a
No,
child? Is that a thing?
no, I don't think we did.
That was always fun.
I think I've had gingerbread at points, but I don't think we ever made. Maybe I did.
Ever made a house.
I don't.
Making a house
Mm,
is pretty fun.
Maybe in school I did at one point, but I don't really know. It was never.
It's a good
It
kid
was
activity.
never like a big
because
thing.
Okay. It's a great like kid activity because you get to be creative and it doesn't matter really how good it looks. It could look really good. It could look really bad.
Mhm.
And then, it's all safe. You don't have to worry about them like eating glue.
Yeah.
But then once they're done, you go, cool, and you bring it home and then slowly throughout the week or two, you just eat it.
Yeah. I think we had gingerbread. I think my
And
mom's
it's
made it
great.
before, but never made a house, I don't think. Or if we
Okay.
did, I just do not remember it at all.
Sure.
But it sounds like our dinners are pretty similar.
Yeah.
I think there are some things in England that are a bit different. Like they have, what's it called? Yorkshire puddings,
Yeah.
which is like apparently it's like an egg sort of
never
thing.
had it.
I don't really
you
know
can-
what it is.
You can tell me it's anything.
I don't really know what it is, but I know that's pretty popular over there. Apart from that, I think it's pretty similar to the Australian, New Zealand stuff. Like we're British descendants, so it makes sense.
Sure.
We don't really do cranberry sauce. They do.
It looks like a Danish. I know it's not, and people are gonna be like, "No, it fucking doesn't. It's not a Danish." Meh. It looks kind of.
Yeah. Another thing they
It
do.
looks like a Danish.
Another thing. Well, you do is eggnog.
Oh. Yes, but only recently. I never really did it. I never did eggnog. That sounds like a drug. I never really consumed the nog.
Mhm.
Until college, and that's just because my parents never really did. And then I think I probably went to like a Christmas party and someone had it. And I
Yeah.
was like, holy shit, this is really good.
To me, it
Uh.
sounds horrid.
Well, yeah, you don't like milk. This tastes better though.
Does it taste milky?
Eh.
Is there any drink
Kind
you
of.
can compare it to other than milk? Because if not, then I probably don't like
It's
it.
more of like a. It has more of like a creamy or like a more. I want to say like vanilla-y taste.
Okay.
Not necessarily vanilla taste, but like it's on the sweeter side rather than like just the milk.
Yeah.
Like it's a bit thicker. It's a lot more like. Not that it's more of like a dessert, but like it's a treat
Yeah.
rather than something to build up your bones.
Fair enough.
Part. It tastes good. You can also put a little liquor in it, and that also tastes good.
Yep. Throw some Baileys in there, maybe.
Bailey's would probably work.
Brandy,
I
apparently.
can't remember
Rum,
what it
whiskey,
is.
and bourbon
Brandy would
are pretty
work.
popular ones. Interestingly.
Amaretto, I think.
While speaking about food, I don't know if we mentioned this in the podcast back in the day, but one of the strangest Christmas traditions from a country around the world is actually in Japan.
Okay.
Do you know what they have for
Didn't
Christmas
know they
dinner?
I do not know what they have for Christmas dinner. Is it Japanese food?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Do you want to take a random? Do you want to take a guess?
Is it anything like the kind of food we have, or is it just completely random?
I mean, there's chicken involved.
Chicken nuggets?
No. Well, I'm sure they could.
Okay.
In Japan, for Christmas dinner, typically they have KFC.
Oh, you have told me this before.
Yeah.
Why? I
Um,
don't. You gave me a reason.
I think it's purely just a marketing thing. I think
Huh.
Japan as a nation, because then they weren't like a Christian nation or like before, they didn't really
Sure.
have like a Christmas tradition dinner thing. So I think KFC
Makes
saw a
sense.
gap in the market and like we can make something out of this,
We're capitalizing.
and they just sort of
I mean, it's
capitalized on it and made KFC
Yeah.
the Christmas food for Japan. Like it's a big thing. And I think the reason why I told you is because last year I had KFC for Christmas because I didn't know what to make. And I was like, fuck it, let's be Japanese for a day.
I'm ordering KFC.
And to be honest, it's kind of a vibe.
Kind of fire. Well, it's the same thing as like the stereotype of like Jewish people go to like a Chinese restaurant on Christmas, because for Jewish people they're not celebrating
I've never
Christmas.
heard of that. That's crazy.
You've never heard that? Oh
No.
It's probably mostly in America. But for them it's like, well, Hanukkah. Actually, Hanukkah starts on Christmas this year. It's kind of funny.
Nice.
Hanukkah I think they follow a lunar calendar.
Isn't it like 12 days of
They follow
Hanukkah?
a different calendar.
Is it 12 days? 8?
12 days of Christmas.
That's
is
true.
the song, I think. I want to say 8 days of Hanukkah. I hope I'm right about that.
It is
I think
8 nights and days.
Okay, sweet. Yeah. And it varies between like halfway through November. It could start like this year in December, like late December. But for them, if they're not celebrating Christmas and there's nothing to do, they're like, let's go get Chinese, because like also Chinese people probably aren't celebrating Christmas.
True.
And they're just gonna stay open, or they won't. But like a lot of times they do.
Yeah.
Because they're like, well, because for them they're like, oh, we'll hit the market of either people that don't want to cook at all, people who don't want to eat leftovers in case they had Christmas Eve dinner or if they had like Christmas lunch,
Mhm.
people who maybe haven't gone home for the holidays and are just kind of alone. They hit a market where nobody else is open.
Yeah. No, that makes
kinda
sense.
similar.
Speaking about the Chinese food, do you celebrate Chinese New Year much in America?
No, it'll come up.
Because it was, well, at least
Steam
when
has a sale.
when I was younger, it was relatively big in Australia. I guess because we have a pretty big Chinese population and quite close to China. Like
At least
like,
know where I've lived. Maybe on the West Coast it'll come up more because there's a higher like Asian
yeah,
population.
that's true. Like so when you were in like
But-
primary school and it was Chinese New Year, you didn't like do anything for it.
I mean, I know in like elementary school, a lot of times they like to bring up like a ton of different holidays just
Yep.
for like to learn about different cultures, and it's always exciting to have something going on. I'm sure something came up, but we definitely did something for it, but it was never a big thing. It was
Yeah.
like
No, it's relatively even when I was in university, like the hall I lived in on campus, like for Chinese New Year, we like decorated it with like lanterns and dragons and things.
Mhm.
And like remember when I was younger, like every year we watch like the videos and like have you ever seen like the video or the story about how the animals got their places in the Chinese calendar?
No, I haven't.
Because like we're the year of the snake, 2001. The year before us
Yes.
is the year of the dragon. I actually don't know what year it is this year.
We can look up.
The animal for this year is the dragon. So next
So
year
next
will
year's
be
the
our year. So yeah,
Yes, it will.
there's like the ancient story of like it was the 12 animals. I think there might have been more than 12. I don't know. But they're in a race, and it's basically like this story of how animals race to the end, and whoever finished first was the first year of the Chinese calendar.
Yeah.
Second year.
So
It's
on
quite-
and so forth.
Yeah, and it's kind of similar to like the tortoise and the hare, where like
Yeah.
different things you wouldn't expect to come in certain places ended up winning because like animals like betrayed each other or had different strategies. It's quite a fun little story, and I remember learning that when I was younger. I remember when I was young, I was always really disappointed that I wasn't born like 5 months earlier because the year of the dragon sounds so much cooler than the year of the snake.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, snake's not
honestly,
bad.
I think I remember.
Snake's not
I
bad.
think I
but-
remember kind of having that thought too, because I was like, "Oh man, the dragon's so cool."
Yeah,
It's a snake's not bad,
it's not bad
and
at all.
arguably snakes and dragons not too far off.
Well, hey,
sometimes
owls are fucking real, so
true.
at least owls exist.
We exist.
Yeah. No,
We
but
exist.
yeah, no, the animal that came first in the race was a rat, which is kind of crazy.
Oh,
Yeah. Actually, let me read because the Chinese New Year symbols are very similar to like star signs, where like people born in certain years have like personality traits. And while I obviously don't believe in it, let's read what we have for snake. So, if you're a snake, if you're born in 1941, 1953, 1965, 1977, 1989, 2001, me and you, 2013, or 2025, which is next year. So the snake is wise and very intense with a tendency towards physical beauty. So we like the hot bitches. This member of the Chinese zodiac can often be vain with a fiery temperament.
oh shit.
The snake has different meanings for different parts of Chinese culture, with some believing the snake is a strong protector, while others believe it can be untrustworthy. That's more the Western depiction. You're a fucking snake, like ratting on people and all that.
Yeah.
Look for the chicken or the ox for happiness. The pig is your enemy. Oh. Okay, so look for the chicken or the ox. So that's people born in 1997 or 2009.
Is the chicken or the ox? What's the pig?
The chicken is 93, 2005, and 2017.
Okay.
And the pig is 95, 2007, 2019. So I don't think I know anyone from those years specifically.
Yeah, those are kind of years that are like a little too far off that we're like
Yeah.
wouldn't they're not like a year or two apart from us.
No, they're just a little bit out of the way.
97, Just
No,
missed my sister.
yeah, I don't think anyone I know is born in those years, so good.
Wait,
Let's go. Hype.
there we go.
Yeah, but Chinese New Year is always a fun little one. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot more intriguing than the star signs. I think the story behind them is cooler. Like these animals having like this race
Yeah.
to decide like who comes in which place for the zodiac. It's quite cool
Mhm.
compared to just fucking star and sky gives meaning.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry, that was so unneeded.
That was unprofessional. I got my burps out right before the podcast.
Yeah, I can't hold them in. I just
That was
chose not
nice.
to that
That's
time.
good.
So
Fair enough. You
Rip.
gotta do what you gotta do.
yeah, all right.
Dan, you want to play a little game with me?
Never, but let's go.
Sweet, you're gonna do it anyways. For our Halloween episode, we talked a little bit about Christmas.
We did.
And then we also talked about movies, and we said, well, what movies did we think were better, or like what holiday had better movies? And we basically went, it's Halloween or it's Christmas. As one of the two.
Yep.
So I have two things first. First, I want to see if you can guess the top 5 Christmas movies.
Of
And then
all time.
afterwards- Of all time. This is IMDb. Don't look it
Ranking?
up. IMDb.
Or like rating?
Ranking. Yeah,
Yeah.
like they made their. So what's interesting is they made a I guess like a ranking, or like they made a list that is like ranked. It's not just out of order. It doesn't necessarily follow IMDb rankings though.
I think you can sort it by ratings.
You can. I'm not going to. I'm going to sort it by how they gave you.
Okay.
And then later I'm going to do that, and we're going to compare to Halloween.
All right.
And I would like you to guess the top 5. And this is, again, the top 5 that they put on their list.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily IMDb.
Gotcha.
They're mostly the same. Like, obviously, the higher rated ones are probably...
Yeah. Well,
like
it's IMDb's rating in terms of it's someone that works at the company that's rated it. It's not the consensus of viewers that have given it a star rating.
Yes. Nothing is under a 7.7.
Okay, gotcha.
So
Okay,
have a crack at it.
I'm ready
then.
to start. Give it to me whether it's one of the sequels or not. Is a Home Alone movie on there?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna guess 2.
No.
Is it 1?
Yeah.
I think 2's better to be honest, but okay.
I haven't seen either. And at this point,
Right,
it's
you keep fucking mentioning it. God damn it.
Okay, it's mainly because Alon, when we were in high school, made a really big deal. He's like, I watch it every year. It's so great. And I went, I've never seen it. He went, what?
Yep. And
You've never seen it? And I'm like, yeah. And then each year I'm like, oh, I should watch like a Christmas movie. And then I go, not Home Alone.
this is kind of like me with
I'll
Star
watch it
Wars. I
someday.
refuse to watch it at this point.
Yeah. I wonder slightly, and this happens with a lot of kids content. If I watched it now, would I like it, or
Yeah.
would I think it's stupid?
I think we discussed this when we were talking about I think you're talking about the Muppets, the movie you
Yeah.
watched. I think Home Alone's different. I think it is still good because
I'd probably enjoy
while
it.
I agree with Alon, it's a great Christmas movie. It's not something I watch every year. I probably haven't seen Home Alone in like 5+ years.
Mhm.
It's a great film. Like the first 3, in my opinion. I know people say the third's not as good. I really like the third one.
Mhm.
The first 3 are all really good. All the other ones after that, because it's like 6 or 7 now for some fucking reason.
And like not all of them are with Macaulay
No,
Culkin.
only the first
a lot
2
of
are.
them have just different kids. It's quite weird. Where do you think it ranks from 1 to 5?
I mean, in terms of iconic Christmas films, it probably should be 1. I reckon it'll be 3rd though.
4th?
4th.
Not bad.
Okay. Yep.
All right, you have 1, 2, 3, 5.
So this is one I haven't seen, but I'm gonna guess
Okay.
The Grinch will be on there.
The Grinch is not on there. However, let's find
Oof.
where it is. It's actually lower than I'd expect. We're already at 16, 18.
Jesus.
Okay, am I like, I'm kind of like,
I swear The Grinch is like a
How
very
The
well loved
Grinch-
Christmas film.
It's a great movie. I love it. It's rated 8.3. 35th on this list. By the way, this list goes to 100.
Is it higher rated
That
than
is-
Home Alone?
It is.
Huh. What's Home Alone's rating?
Like in
Like star rating?
Home Alone, yeah, Home Alone's rating is 7.7. It is the lowest on the top.
Wow. Okay, interesting. So we can't be going by rating. We have to go by how iconic they are. Oh, The Grinch is iconic though. Why is it so low? It doesn't make any
Grinch
sense.
is iconic. I will say this just says the top 100
Yep.
Christmas
Gotcha.
movies of all time. Yeah.
Okay, I'll say what my favorite Christmas film is of all time.
Okay.
I think it's my favorite,
Okay.
unless I'm forgetting something.
Okay.
The Polar Express.
No.
Damn, that's my
let me look
favorite.
up where
I
that
think it's a
is.
fantastic fucking film.
26 with an IMDb rating of 6.6.
Damn, L.
The definition of Uncanny Valley.
I love it. It's great. It was at that weird
Um,
point in like the 3D sort of era where like they wasn't good enough, but it was like just good enough that they started making movies with it.
Yeah.
So it was a
and
bit
it
weird.
is creepy.
I don't think
will
it's
tell you
creepy. I think it's endearing.
it is endearing.
Except for that
looks
blonde
a
kid with the
little
glasses. He's a little
weird.
shit.
Yeah, that guy is evil. The newest movie on this list is Home Alone in 1990.
The newest.
The second newest. Yeah.
Oh god.
So, I think you will know the names of all of these, and have probably seen a decent amount, or if you're not, you're
Yeah.
aware of it.
Is
Your second oldest is 1988.
Or
second newest,
I think this is
sorry.
newer though. Is it Isn't there a movie called like A Christmas Tale or something? What am I thinking of?
That's not it.
Is that a movie though?
Well, A Christmas.
I swear there's something like that.
Yeah, A Christmas Tale 2008 got
2008.
ranked 58th.
Fucking hell.
Yep.
There are definitely old Christmas films I'm just forgetting completely. Are they all live action?
No.
Oh.
One is definitely not. Yes, one is definitely not. Two definitely are. I think this other one is also live action.
What's the one with like the three
But I've never
ghosts
seen
of
it,
Christmas
so
Past? What's that fucking movie called? A Night Before Christmas?
A Christmas Carol.
A Christmas Carol? Is A Christmas Carol on there?
think. No.
God damn it.
And no version of it because there's many versions.
A Night Before Christmas? Or was that a song? That's what it's a...
Oh, sorry. I'm wrong. No, I'm wrong. Sorry. A Christmas Carol is number 3.
Okay.
Is number 3.
Thank God.
Sorry.
Oh.
Let's get past it. Yes, that is on there.
All right. What rating is it?
So it's the third one, and it's rated 8.1, and it was made in 1951.
Yeah, that's an old one. I'm gonna be
It
honest,
is
man.
not the oldest on this list.
That's not the oldest one.
No.
Is one of the Godfathers during Christmas?
No.
Die Hard.
Die Hard is number 2.
Oh, fuck off, man! It's not a Christmas film.
I think it is. I think it's loosely a Christmas
It is
film.
a film that takes place during Christmas. It is not a Christmas movie. There is a clear distinction.
I think there are enough themes that make it Christmas related.
I will be real.
It's
I have
about
not
family.
seen Die Hard, but I will still stand on this hill.
It's a great movie. It's about family. There's a lot of Christmas lines. There may be a lot of bloodshed, but like I would say it's a Christmas movie. It's just a Christmas action movie.
just think it's a movie that takes place during Christmas. It is not a Christmas
Mm-hmm.
film. Like, if you want to say Die Hard's a Christmas film, every Harry Potter is a Christmas film because Christmas is in every single, like, pretty much every
That is
Harry
true.
Potter film.
Which is weird.
Yeah,
But why do wizards celebrate Christmas? Who knows?
I don't know. But yeah, that's my. If
but-
Die Hard's a Christmas film, Harry Potter is. Like, that's my stance on it.
I will. The difference is the entire movie of Die Hard is celebrated it is during Christmas, where Harry Potter like dips its foot in Christmas.
Yeah, but there are significant portions of it that have Christmas involved in it.
Yeah, but it's like a scene. Like this movie literally takes place on. I think it's Christmas.
I mean,
Eve,
like in
but, yeah.
Harry Potter, there's like a pretty long segment in most movies where like they're sitting down together around a fire, opening presents for
that's
each
true.
other. It's snowy, like.
But it's the same thing as like a movie that has a part that takes place on Christmas but isn't all about Christmas. It's like I think some people. Oh, actually, I'm kind of curious if
But I'm
when
sorry.
Harry Met Sally, some people would consider
Yeah,
that.
whether you consider Die Hard a Christmas movie or not, being above Home Alone is maybe one of the biggest movie crimes ever. Home Alone is like the quintessential Christmas film. It is maybe the most like Christmassy film you could possibly think of. It is like
I wouldn't go that far, but sure.
in terms of like iconic
It's a Christmassy
big films,
film.
it is much more of a Christmas film than Die Hard is. It should not be.
I mean, a
above
Christmas. That is fair.
That is crazy.
Die Hard is rated 8.2,
I mean,
which doesn't make a difference on this.
I mean, it being
list.
rated higher is fine. Not as a Christmas
No,
film.
I
though.
know. It's an interesting one. I definitely agree that like if you're going for the Christmassy-est of Christmas movies, Die Hard's not there. I have watched Die Hard the last 2 or 3 years on Christmas, and I'm gonna watch it again this year. So,
Christ.
but here's the deal. That's just an excuse to watch a good movie, not really to watch a Christmas movie. There are Christmas-related lines in it.
I mean, that's fine.
But all right, you have 2, 3, and 4 done. You need 1 and 5.
I mean, are they all?
Which one would you like hints
What
on?
what
One or
year?
five?
What years are they both from? 1 and 5.
1946 and 1964.
Oh, I'm fucked.
I've seen one of the two. I've seen the 5th one.
I'm almost definitely not going
I'll
to get them. I don't think.
Okay, so I think
I may know
Christmas
them.
movies-
Can I search up Christmas films and just take a gander?
let me give you some hints first.
Okay.
So Christmas films tend to run down the line of like, there's a couple different genres. There's family movies that take place on Christmas.
Yep.
There are movies that are specifically like about Christmas.
Yes.
Stuff, or even about like the Christmas mythos, like you said, like the Grinch.
Yep.
Or like Santa movies or similar things.
The Santa Claus 1, 2, and 3. I've seen all of them, and they're all great.
I haven't seen any of
They're
them.
so bad. They're amazing.
Yeah. There's those kind of movies. There are movies that are just rom-coms that happen to take place at Christmas. There's Jesus movies, which there's trying to think of the other types of Christmas
There's
movies.
Baby It's Cold Outside, but it's just a music video, which is close enough.
Yeah. Sure. And then there's the Christmas movies that are, I don't know, they take place during Christmas and they're kind of around that. One of them is the Santa-esque type of Christmas movie. I will give you that. I will also give you, there's a song that's pretty indicative of this movie. I'd argue the name of the song.
A White Christmas?
No. We're thinking Santa. We're thinking kids movie.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
We're thinking claymation? Maybe? Might be claymation. It might be stop motion.
I feel like I might know what you're talking about, but I can't think of a name right now. What's Santa Claus songs? I caught Santa kissing my mother.
It's not
like.
So here's the deal. It's not Santa Claus. It's someone related. It's
Rudolph?
someone in the realm. It is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
I think I know that film.
Do you ever I've seen it multiple times.
I think this is one I used to watch as a kid.
It's a weird one. It's kind of like a weird,
Maybe?
creepy movie.
Because when you first asked me, do you want to play a game guessing Christmas films? The first thing that came into my head was actually a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer film. I don't know if this is one I've watched. It might.
It's like the original
be.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
I think, yeah. I don't think it's claymation. It's like little figures.
It's like stop motion.
Yeah.
It's like similar to claymation. It probably isn't exactly claymation.
Yeah, I think I did watch this when I was younger.
I'm gonna look it up.
I think, yeah. I do remember this. Actually, I remember enjoying it quite a bit. It was iconic. Fair enough. Is that number 5?
It's good. That was number 5. Number 4 is like, it's one of those old movies.
Wait, number 4?
Where
Not number 1?
Sorry, number 1.
Yeah.
Number 1, sorry. I opened my tab and I was on number 4. Number 1, I feel like is, so here's the problem. I haven't seen it, so I can only give you so much juice about it. I feel like it's one of those old movies where it's like, oh my God, that movie's such a classic, like a Citizen Kane, where people are like, it's one of the greatest movies of all time. I don't know if it is or not, but like, it's a classic movie. 1946. Got people in it. Probably singing and dancing.
I mean, can I just search up Christmas
jolly.
films at this point?
Yeah, you can search up Christmas films.
Because
I'll
I
give you
might
that.
recognize it. I definitely haven't seen it.
Oh, you'll know the name for sure. I'd also understand why you wouldn't.
Christmas movies. Da, 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 da. Again, we're doing this thing where you search up in Google and it shows you like the most random fucking films.
And it gives you nothing.
like it's giving
It's like Christmas movies, and they give you Home Alone 6, The
Yeah.
Santa Claus 3.
the Nutcracker. Let's go.
Not the Nutcracker.
Red one. What's it? Is that the new?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Dwayne
that's
Johnson
actually
one.
number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Krampus. There's a Krampus movie. Let's go.
There is a Krampus movie. I think it's a horror movie.
It does look like it.
Yeah. It's not that.
No, I wouldn't expect it to be.
It has an
Journey to
8.6
Bethlehem?
rating. No. It has an 8.6 rating on IMDb.
Oh, the Santa Claus, what a banger. Sorry, I'm just looking at the Santa Claus 2 right now. what a film.
I just like the idea that instead of looking, you've just loaded up the Santa Claus movies.
I completely fucking forgot it's Tim Allen who plays the Santa Claus.
Uh-huh.
That's amazing. I love Tim Allen. What a guy.
What a person.
So good.
Nothing-
I mean, I've searched up like Christmas movies.
Uh-huh.
I'm not seeing any old ones on here. For whatever
I wonder
reason.
what happens when I look up Christmas movie.
Yeah, Google just doesn't give you good options.
Okay, The second thing, because it gives you like a list, the second list it gives you when you look up Christmas movies is Christmas horror movies,
Okay.
which is crazy. I'm just gonna say Elf is not on there.
No.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
I
that's fine.
watched Elf, I think, too late in life. I just find it cringy, and I like cringe humor can be fine, but I only like it when it's real short. When you have to like bathe in it, not a fan.
Yeah, I think when I was a kid, I may have liked it. I wouldn't watch it again. I don't think.
I watched it like in high school and I never cared for it. Yeah, I'm looking at this. It's just not popping up.
Yeah, I just
Dan,
don't think it's one I
what
know.
would you say about this? What would you say about this life that we have?
Is it A Wonderful Life?
Would you say it's a Wonderful Life?
Okay, yeah, I do know that
I've
name.
never seen it. It's from 1940.
I'm gonna be real. I didn't know it was a Christmas
real.
film.
Honestly, I don't know if I did either until recently.
I've heard of the name before. Didn't know it was Christmas.
Yeah.
I mean, sure. I guess. I think this is IMDb once again trying to be like, fucking nerds.
Film nerd,
Yeah.
film nerd, like, oh, this is the best. Yeah, because there's stuff on here, like a National Lampoon Christmas Vacation 6, A Christmas Story 7th, Miracle on the 34th Street.
Yeah,
Fucking even heard of that.
but like,
Elf.
it's like, have you seen
Gremlins,
those
didn't know it was
videos of like
Christmas movie.
actors and directors being asked their top 4 favorite films, and it's like this random fucking French drama that no one's heard of?
Yeah.
It's like, stop being pretentious. Say your favorite film is fucking
It's Megamind.
yeah.
Shrek.
Megamind, Shrek, one of the National Lampoon holiday things, and
And then another Shrek movie.
then no, I think it should be Air Buddies.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Honestly,
Which one?
all of them. How,
Like the 17th one.
how is Santa Buddies not in a top 5 Christmas film of all time?
True. Bad Santa's number 11.
Really?
I don't know how it made it that high.
That's
on this list.
insane. Yeah, I'm gonna look at the list now myself because like it's just
Yeah, give it a look.
so Scrooge.
It's interesting.
Scrooge is number 3.
What?
What did you say number 3 was?
A Christmas Carol.
I'm on Are you on the IMDb website?
Yes.
The top 100
I'll
Christmas
send you-
movies of all time.
I'll send you the link of what I have. We might have ones from different years.
Maybe?
I'm sending you the link that I have found.
Or is it showing different for us both? Okay, so that's so weird. So the link you sent me is It's a Wonderful Life, Die Hard, Christmas Carol, Home Alone, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. The link I clicked on is Wonderful Life, Die Hard, Scrooge, Home Alone, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Weird.
So 4 out of the 5 are the same, but then A Christmas Carol is just missing for some reason.
Can you not watch A Christmas Carol in Australia?
I mean, I don't think it's even an Australian list. Like, when was your...
Well, yeah.
Wait, why is this a thing? This makes no sense.
That's straight.
It says your...
When was your made? Mine was made 13 years ago.
Mine was made 13 years ago by Eric Scissorhands as well. Modified 1 day ago as well.
Oh.
Why is it showing different lists to us? What?
Oh, that's weird.
Huh?
Oh, what's
No,
6? What's
hold
6
up.
on yours? Let's just.
I know you guys on camera can't see this on video. Number 3 says Scrooge, but the image is A Christmas Carol.
Oh, that's funny.
What? IMDb's
Weird.
broken, man.
IMDb is very strange.
Wait, if you look at your link again as well, it's A Christmas Carol, but then the hold up. Is the title
We're
different
holding.
in different countries?
It might be on the fact that like they might spell Carol differently.
No, because this is getting really weird and pedantic now. But if you search up A Christmas Carol, it's about Ebenezer Scrooge.
Uh-huh.
And when I go into your list, it's A Christmas Carol. The image is A Christmas Carol. The description: Ebenezer Scrooge,
Curmudgeony.
curmudgeony. That's the one. Miserly businessman has no time for sentimentality. Blah blah blah. Same description as mine, but it's called Scrooge for me, and it's called Christmas Carol for you. What?
Huh.
I guess it's called Scrooge in Australia.
Is this like a Philosopher's Stone versus Sorcerer's Stone kind of a thing?
Might be, honestly.
I guess so.
I did not know that. That's really weird. Huh.
Strange.
Very strange.
Well, last thing I think will be interesting to look at, and then I think we can end this off because we're at a good time.
Gremlins.
So
Gremlins is a great film. Sorry, I just need to say that.
I've not seen Gremlins.
Gremlins is so good.
Yeah, I should see it. We talked about the difference between Halloween and Christmas movies, but I don't think we actually like seeing them side by side, like list to list.
Yeah,
it's kind of interesting. I'll send you the Halloween one as well, just so that we have the same list.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting to look at them side by side. I think I think Christmas might be better.
Yeah, no, I think it is, to be honest.
I think it has a better list of... Well, what's interesting is also Halloween starts off with Hocus Pocus, which they have rated at 6.9. Christmas starts off with It's a Wonderful Life, which they have rated at 8.6.
Yeah.
So they already start off with like almost a 2-point difference.
I think when we talked about this in the Halloween episode, we came to the consensus that unfortunately Halloween, just due to how the holiday is like, is sort of more locked to the horror genre a lot more.
Yeah.
Or like maybe you get some comedies about people on Halloween going out and trick-or-treating and house parties, but it's much more locked to a genre, whereas Christmas, you can kind of do anything, as we've seen with like Die Hard. Like if you're considering that a Christmas movie, you can sort of just do
I think
whatever you want.
I do think looking at this, you kind of get either children's movies or rom-coms.
Yep.
Or like maybe a drama. But yes, you really, like looking at this, you really only get thriller or horror, which are like kind of within the same thing.
Yeah, and sometimes a bit of comedy, like Monster House is a bit more, is comedic horror. Fun Size is a comedy Halloween film. I think you just get more variety with Christmas, which just in general, if you have more variety, more freedom to do stuff, you get better movies.
Yeah. I also think Christmas is just a bigger holiday, so people are more likely to make a Christmas movie, where a lot of horror movie, like a lot of these, like Stranger Things is not, well, it's not a movie, but so I sorted them, I changed the list to sort them both by IMDb rating. And the first thing that pops up at an 8.7 is Stranger Things, and it technically beats It's a Wonderful Life, which is the highest at 8.6. Stranger Things is also a show.
Yeah, and it's not really, would you consider it a Halloween show?
Not at all. It's just a scary movie. The next thing is Over the Garden Wall. I haven't seen it. I've heard really good things. Also, the third thing on the list, IMDb wise, is Michael Jackson Thriller.
Yeah,
that's just a music video.
Did see that. That's weird.
Haunting of Hill House, which is a show. Supernatural, which is a show. And then it starts to get into things, but it's like a lot of these aren't like set on Halloween. They're just horror movies.
Yeah.
And it's probably that there's only so many movies that are set on Halloween, so they just had to kind of make a list.
Yeah.
We're like Christmas movies. It's a Wonderful Life, Christmas movie. How the Grinch Stole Christmas, obviously. Charlie Brown, obviously. Die Hard, sure. Frosty the Snowman, A Christmas Carol, Rudolph, Shop Around the Corner, I don't know what that is. The House Without a Christmas Tree, obviously Christmas. Like, the disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya.
Haruhi Suzumiya.
Sure,
that
movie.
That is not a Christmas movie at
it's
all.
Not? It does say a week before Christmas.
So the different...
Or is it just that it lines up timeline-wise?
So the disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya is a anime TV show that's about a girl in high school who is practically God. I haven't seen it, but what I know, she's basically God or a god, and she basically just lives high school and does stuff. I think apparently there's a movie about it which takes place on December 18th. I don't know why the fuck that's on there on a Christmas list. That's insane.
Yeah. I think you could I think I saw someone said that in Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship leaves on like December 25th in like their calendar. And it's like, you could argue it's a Christmas movie. It's not. I think there are some vibes that are Christmassy, specifically in the Fellowship.
Yeah, I think if we're going down the fucking anime route, another anime Christmas movie, I think it takes place around Christmas, is Rascal Does Not Dream of a Dreaming Girl. I think it takes place around Christmas. It's at least winter, and that's very highly rated on IMDb 8.2. So that's another one. But yeah, no, I think, like we said, just more variety, more Christmas films are made.
Yeah.
You can make a lot of films for kids, which you can't really do for Halloween that much.
Yeah.
I think it just wins sort of by default.
Hallmark has their entire business model being Christmas.
Yeah.
To be fair, I don't think there's a Hallmark movie on here.
I
but
mean, the
that's
amount of
besides the
movies
point.
that is just, oh, I left the big city back to my hometown. There's this cute guy for Christmas. Like, so many of them, dude.
Yeah.
Oh no, I
Yeah.
cheated on my partner because my childhood crush is in town. Oh.
They're a better person, but also, am I a good person for what I'm currently doing? It is an interesting one.
No, Hallmark Christmas movies are crazy, but they're
Gems.
hilarious.
Absolute gems. Yeah.
Like, I just typed in Hallmark Christmas movies. We got Holiday Date, How to Fall in Love in the Holidays, My Southern Family Christmas, Almost Christmas, The Christmas Chronicles, Check In with 2 N's to Christmas, A Christmas to
Oh, nice.
Cherish, A Christmas to Remember, Love Hard.
Do you think they spend 30 minutes writing the script and they have a timer and once 30 minutes is over, the script is done?
I think they just throw the script from the previous Hallmark movie into like a word jambler and it just changes a few things around. Or no, they do it like what are those things called where you like ask for like a noun verb and place them in?
Mad Libs.
Mad Libs. They basically
It's Mad Libs.
it's just
Honestly,
Mad
it
Libs.
is Mad Libs.
They have like the major plot points of Christmas, a love interest, and they just like put in random verbs and adjectives about like how it goes. That's all it is.
You know how people have talked about like, oh my god, like AI is gonna create like weird things that isn't really gonna be that good. Like it might be good, but like it's gonna take writers' jobs, but they're really not gonna be as good because it's just copying things and it's just cookie cutter. Hallmark has been doing it for years. So here we are. They're not using AI, they're just not
Good.
putting any effort in. Or they're bad. I really hope that they're just not putting effort in. I'd rather them be lazy than be that bad consistently.
I mean, they might be trashy on purpose, to be honest, at this point.
True. I mean, look, it's the same thing with like reality TV shows. Like they're trashy, but like kind of entertaining.
Yeah.
So
Like, yeah, there's so many,
Well,
there's
Dan,
so many holiday films. Holy fuck.
I think we can wrap this one up.
Like, we're going to be wrapping
might say.
gifts for Christmas.
We're gonna be wrapping gifts for Christmas.
Hell yeah.
Brought it all back together.
We did.
Well, to everyone who celebrates, Merry Christmas. To everyone who doesn't celebrate, Merry Day. To everyone that celebrates other holidays,
Merry other days.
insert words to indicate celebration of holidays.
Yeah,
Happy
insert the
Hanukkah.
Mad Libs.
Happy
We'll
Kwanzaa.
insert just like happy whatever.
Happy blank. Do whatever. Happy days. Happy winter.
Or-
happy summer.
On the contrary, if you're depressed or emo, unhappy days.
Unhappy days, if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah. You know what we're looking for, Chad?
What are we looking for, Dan?
For you to press that subscribe button.
Hell yeah. Gingerly. Just softly touch it. You don't need to break it.
No.
Or your mouse.
It won't give us extra subs.
No.
No.
We've tried.
Oh,
We've broken
Trust me.
multiple mice.
Truly try. Honestly, that's what we need for Christmas. More mouses, because we keep breaking them.
Yeah, more mousies.
More mouse eyes.
Mouse eyes, yeah.
What's the
there we go.
plural of moose, Chad?
Meese.
See you next time.
All right, bye everyone.